Hey everybody, welcome back. Thank you for joining me again. Today, I am going to reveal to you all kinds of secrets about hair grading. I know that probably most of you, because a lot of wig wearers are stuck shopping online because brick and mortar places really don't exist anymore. So you're combing every corner of the internet looking for, the best one, best return policy, you name it. You're riddled with anxiety, and there's a lot of confusing things out there, one of which being hair grading. So you'll see, this is 5A, this is 6A, this is 7A hair, this is 10 AAA hair. There's all these numbers and letters, and what is this? What does it mean? Rational thought, looking at something like that, is, okay, 5A, scale of 1 to 10. Starts at 5, I guess, so 5 to 10. 5 being the worst, 10 being the best. That's not what it means. Hair grading, the system, means absolutely nothing. It means nothing. It's rubbish. It doesn't exist. There is no governing entity that exists on the planet that has set a minimum criteria for hair to meet in order to be good or bad. It just doesn't exist. There are lots of things that we have that are graded, like gemstones, diamonds. We have the GIA here in the United States. That is a governing entity that has set a minimum criteria. And gemstones and diamonds are certified, and they're graded as good or bad. I don't know exactly what they use, but same thing with dogs, dog breeders. You have the American Kennel Club here, and there's a certain minimum criteria that has to be met to be accepted, an animal to be accepted or certified by the AKC. That just doesn't exist for hair. It doesn't. So I'm not telling you to avoid sellers that use that system, but definitely be cautious. I don't like to shop with people that use that system, because not only does it tell me that they're either trying to pull the wool over your eyes, they're at their, especially if it's a small seller, they're at the mercy of their vendors. So that tells me that somebody that, my vendor told me this is 10A hair, and I'm going to sell it as such. If you don't know that much about hair, if you don't know that that's kind of that's a rubbish thing, I don't know. I don't trust it personally. If you look at big companies that have massive amounts of quality control that go into their units, like Jon Renau, from synthetic to human hair, there is massive amounts of quality control that go into those units. That's why they're so expensive. I've owned Blake. I can't say, and she's very expensive, I can't say she's performed better than my Strands of Glory units, who's a small Etsy seller. But plain and simple, there's no rating on his hair. He doesn't advertise it as this is 10A hair. Same thing with the synthetics. The quality control that goes into it ensures that, if you buy one, the next one that you buy is going to be identical, and the cap's going to fit the same. Everything's going to be the same. RPG Show is the same way. If you go on their website, you're not going to see, this is 10A hair, this is 6A hair. You don't see that. All they tell you is, you can pick Chinese or Indian hair. And they have their FAQs that tell you what to expect from that hair and who should buy that hair. Strands of Glory, she doesn't put a rating system on her hair. She gives you the origin. That's it. Because the rating system doesn't exist. I've gotten a lot of emails from people from my Strands of Glory review video. So a lot of people on Etsy have contacted me, and some people have actually asked me, what's her hair rating? She doesn't list a rating. What is it? Is her hair 6A? And I sit there and I'm like, oh my God, and then I have to go through, and I'm sitting there like responding like, that's not a real thing. It doesn't exist. So that tells you, you know, that's one clue if you're shopping with a smaller seller. That's one good clue as to, you know, what type of quality they have. And I mean, a small seller, they're at the mercy of their vendors and of themselves for quality control. And it's difficult because, you know, you're by yourself or you have a very small team of people. Like, I make jewelry and sell it on Etsy. So before I ended up selling it to other people, it's like, okay, I have a small number of suppliers that I'm going to sample from, and I'm going to make myself jewelry, and I'm going to wear it around, and I'm going to abuse it, and I'm going to, you know, see how it performs in real life before I send it out to somebody else, you know, and that's what smaller vendors have to do. So if you are looking into a smaller vendor, because a lot, and especially on Etsy, you can get some really good price points, really, really good price points for really good quality. Mostly in the United States, Canada, and the UK, FYI. So yeah, the hair grading system does not exist. It doesn't. So if you have a friend that's running around telling you she's wearing 10A hair, she's not. She's wearing regular old hair. That's all it is. It's hair. It either comes from India or China for the most part. We'll get into origins of hair in a future video. But yeah, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. So don't look at a rating system if you're shopping on a website. You know, you don't necessarily have to avoid a seller that uses a rating system, but if you are looking at hair and you're confused by that or wondering what it is, it's not a thing. It's not anything at all. So rest easy. Try to avoid places that use a rating system. And I live in, seriously, like the noisiest neighborhood ever. Every time I turn around, there's a noise. I can't believe my dog's not barking. Anyways, sorry. Yeah, so the rating system doesn't exist. Happy hunting for wigs. I know that it's stressful and annoying and terrifying because you're plunking down a good amount of money for something that really doesn't have a return policy. And it is nerve-wracking. Every time I buy a wig from a new place, I'm super nervous about it typically, and I have like a budget that I set for myself and a plan of attack to sell it and make some of my money back if they don't have a return policy. But yeah, it's nerve-wracking, but this alleviates one portion of what you're looking at that's confusing you, is the rating system, and there isn't one. So happy hunting for your wigs. Next video, I think I will talk about hair origins, because that's another interesting one that kind of annoys me. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. Hit subscribe, hit like, hit don't like, I don't know, hit whatever you want. It was good to talk to you guys again. We'll see you soon, okay? Bye.